Welcome, Lounge Lizards, to another episode of Legions Lounge, episode 60, where we talk about all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Figura Obscura, customs, and other Mythic-related figures and stuff. My name is Trevor 16Shooter. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nate at Corona4. What's up, Nate? Bill might be joining us. We don't know. He was a little iffy for tonight, so it might just be... me and Nate, we got a lot of guests and stuff, so there'll be enough people here to chat and talk. But we miss Bill. Bill's. I got to shout out to Bill, man. I would kind of wish he was here. Before we get into everything here, I had a Grail. I've got I've got a lot of 1/6. You can see it back here, and I kind of had this Boba Fett sort of streak going of all these Boba Fetts, and one that I was missing and I thought I was never going to get because I gave up on it was because it's astronomical now, and he happened to be selling it. It's the animated
no kidding
version of the Boba Fett. Yeah, and he sold it to me for a very reasonable price. Very appreciative about that, because that is that's I don't know what I could do now. Pretty much that was the last Grail, I think, pretty much.
That's really keeping the Boba streak alive too, man. That's great.
Yeah.
The mate,
very cool. So thank you, Bill. If he comes on, I will thank him.
Cool. Yeah, he had a great Dork Lair last Thursday too. If you haven't watched that, with
absolutely
Billy Beige, Will White, and Jonathan Hedgehog, they did a lot of great speculating about the upcoming G-Con. So check that out.
Something we can't do a lot here. I mean, we could do it with our guests, and you guys can tell. We talk about it every Road to Legions Con, but I got to sit there and put a poker face on. So I love watching people, though, man. From the other side, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
All right, before we get started, please take a second. It only takes a second to smack that like button, or smash it, or poke it, or pinch it, or whatever. It helps us out and lets people know that this is happening. And after the show, please leave a comment, anything. Just great show, great hat, hate you. I don't care, whatever it is. It's fine. It helps people find the show. And so if you hated us, you're probably not going to leave that comment, because it's going to help us out. But tell us who your favorite guests are, what you're looking forward to at Legions Con, what you're going to pick up, things like that. So let's move onward. Nate, who's in the chat?
Who do we got tonight? We got Rob Zamora starting us off, Dave Orkin, Mike Insightful Imagery, Mitch, Vonnie Rotten, Jesse Just Shelve It, Legends Collector 1321, Mike Casper says, gentlemen, he must be talking to people in the chat because it can't be us. Pablo Lopez, hello, JMax77, Brick Something, Matt, Major Reaction. Let's see. My computer jumped on me. Cloud Foxwell, Mike Casper, Brick Something, Curtis Ackerman, hello. I am TJ Williams, Chris Ferrone, Lewis Green, JD Gibson, Lewis, Joel Scalasoria, Jacob Forna, Articulated Times, Mecha Recca, Edgardo, Brendan Higgins, Carver Customs, Brian, what's up? Steph Ork, King Castle Sieger, Mike Negron.
Yep.
And Highly Posable, Stephen with the V, and our boy Kevin Boots with the $4.99. Hit that like and leave a comment after the show.
Oh, he's got to leave a comment after the show now. Thank you, Kevin. That's even better.
Good addition. Thank you, Kevin.
Even better. What is that? You have animated Boba. Just go 60 feet under in episodes and push them. Yeah, really. I mean, that's pretty much it. I can die now. And Laura says me.
Hey, Laura. And Aaron Sparrow.
Hey, Aaron Sparrow. I've heard that name before. All right, we got a little bit of news, and then we'll bring our guests on. Let me go through our Super Chat superstars here real quick. Not too many. I don't know, whatever. We got Kevin M. Boots, as always, Hedgehog Action, Oilers Workshop, and Chris Ferrone. I've heard that name before as well.
You.
All right, so I should have had this going already, but I've only been doing this for a little while. All right. Reinforcements. Reinforcements 2 are here.
Yeah.
Got mine.
I
love this vampire, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe that vampire were a race, were a thing that I was just going to skip. Like when I first started out collecting,
I was the same boat.
To get everything. I'm not going to get elves, and I'm not going to get vampires or something like that. Maybe it wasn't elves. I don't remember, but I wanted skeletons, and barbarians were cool too. But I'm like, I don't need vampires. And then I got a couple of vampires, and I'm like, oh, I need all the vampires.
Same. Yeah. Now
now they're one of my favorite things, man. I really love the vampires.
They're great. This is a great addition. Your photo for that one was killer.
Thank you. Yeah, that was apparently Emil Wickman's favorite photo that I've ever done, which is good.
That's great. That's
flattering.
Saying a lot, but yeah, good action shot.
Yeah, it was fun. That was kind of fun to do because they were all kind of they had a similar theme, and I was trying to match up the aggressor with their sort of opposite defenders and stuff. So
and plus they're actual figures, so you could pose them.
Right? Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
that was nice. That's not what I'm dealing with right now. Figura Obscura 2023 retailer figures have a November 6th street date, so these should be hitting you plenty of time for Christmas, and even in time. Well, not in time for Halloween, but what are you gonna do? You'll have it for next Halloween. You got the other Headless Horsemen.
But they'll be they'll be here, or at least shipping right before Legions Con. I mean, like literally that week.
So depending on where you've ordered them from, I'm hoping you paid up front, because that'll be a little bit of a hit. Or maybe you can put it, if you're Big Bad Toy Store or something, or any of the other stores that do like sort of a hold type of thing, you can hold on that one. Cosmic Legions Volcatar Book 2 is preparing for shipping. This is supposed to be in any day now.
I can't believe that. It's awesome.
And with any luck, with everything else going on, we'll see. But I mean, I'm expecting that some people will have these in hand before Legions Con, so that'll be cool.
And that they'll actually be at Legions Con, which I'm super stoked about.
Yes. Yeah. They did say that
I do get them in hand before that, which I'll even have more of a chance to be like, oh, now that I've got that, I definitely need or whatever.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm still thinking Myra Jimgyra is going to be it's going to be a sleeper, man. She's
sleeper, I
think. And then of course Poxus, what everybody calls the Lost Wave. I don't know why, but is in production, but wrapping up production. So they're expecting these to ship, and this should go out. They're saying there's a good possibility that could go out before the end of the year.
That'd be amazing.
So that's gonna be a ton of stuff, man. We're gonna
can you imagine? Yeah, in the next 3 months, we're gonna get all this stuff.
You're gonna get all this stuff, plus you're gonna. I mean, if you're going to Legions Con, or even if you're not going to Legions Con, and you're gonna pick up the exclusives, it is going to be a
deluge of new figs. Not to mention, we just got reinforcements.
Yeah, Mythic Holiday.
Look at this.
Curtis Ackerman, love you too, man. Although I know sometimes we have a love-hate relationship, apparently, according to you. So I'm glad you love me tonight, and you've decided to give me $20, which is really nice.
Awesome.
I'm really going to step up my these guys. So Just Shelve It and the Sunday night show. They just had Brad on from Legion's Lair, which is a great show. That was a lot of fun. And they have super chats now. So if you're going over there, throw them a super chat. I got to throw them another super chat. I got to catch up, man. Curtis is like making me feel bad about the super chats.
It just warms the cockles, Curtis. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, man. You're the best. just
can't wait to see you too.
Gotta develop that for Zeta taste. BBTS says they're about a week behind that date, the 6th. Okay. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, by the time they get everything, because they get a lot, and probably by the time they organize it and everything else. So,
what's up, Arc Trooper?
What's up, Arc Trooper? Oh yeah, hell yeah,
yeah.
Okay, so that's that in terms of schedule for upcoming waves. We are 19 days away from Legions Con, kids. 19 days. I'm getting worried, man. Getting worried. I never feel like I'm ready, man. I never feel like I'm ready. But I am ready with some stuff. And so this is going to be my next little share here. So posted this up in the some personal business up in the Cabal the other day. Calendars are in production. I just got the alert that the proof is ready. I'm going over there tomorrow. Take a look at that. We'll have shirts as always. I'm gonna have stickers too. Legions Lounge stickers. Probably just be giving those out. Mouse pads, man. Mouse pads. Look at this. Ooh.
Oh, sweet.
Look at that.
Heck yeah.
Mouse pads.
Love it.
Who doesn't need a mouse pad? I mean, I didn't think anybody needed a mouse pad, but people apparently do, just like they need calendars. So I got a few of these. They're very limited. So if you're interested in one of those,
and I mentioned before,
or let me know you want one. I'll hold one for you.
Yeah. On your post, I did mention that I was privy to a sneak peek at an image that has yet to be seen. It'll make its debut in this calendar, and believe me, everyone, it's fucking gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, I was happy with that one. That was my desperation. Good. Like I was like, stuff's coming in for the new wave, obviously, that I'm shooting, and like it was a big production. It's a snow shot. I'll say that, and it involves dwarves. So it was a big to do. So the fact that it came out good and then you like it, I highly appreciate that. That's awesome.
Heck yeah, man. It's one of my favorites.
Oops. I've got prints too, and this time around, damn, I just got these in literally today. I'm just going to embiggen myself for a second here. Metallic prints.
Ooh.
So now I don't know if you can if it's really coming across on the screen, but man, these look cool up close in person. So they're printed on kind of a metallic reflective paper, so you're not getting the reflect. Oh, you can sort of see it there. You see it a little bit,
yeah.
At the top there, yeah.
And
then if you go over
man,
not the highlight part so much, but it's just like it's underlaying metallics. It looks really, really cool, man. So we'll have the Cabal above all. We'll have those as regular prints as well. There's a limited number of the metallic prints though. So
awesome, very cool. I'll have to pick your brain about
that. So that's that. That's my personal news. What else? I'll have coasters and stuff like that too. But that's that. So, all right. Having said that, I think that's all our news. Anything else that is out there?
I know that. I mean, you can check out at LegionsCon 2023 website. They posted up the breakout session rooms.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Got the full schedule of everything. They've got the maps, all the tables where everybody is. I know that's been out there, but it's always good to go keep looking at that and continuing to make your game plan and your route.
Is that on the homepage? Where's the breakout breakdown? Do they have it here?
I'm not exactly sure where that would be. I didn't pull it up, but I know that was recently announced.
Yeah, usually, like everything is on one page here, and showroom floor. Shoot, I want to take a look at that for sure. Did he post that on? Jeremy post that on the Cabal? I'm sure he probably did.
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Right, let me see if I can find it. Very professional. There we go. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Reinforcements sold out. 2 of the hotels are sold out. So there we go. I got it. Okay.
Find it. Okay.
Yep. All right. So breakout sessions. So very pared down this year, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I do too.
Got a little crazy, and some of the people who were doing them were also vendors, and it was getting tough to like, be away from the table and all that stuff. And I think there's a lot of people want things that people wanted to see, and they couldn't because they were happening concurrently. So, I mean, as it gets bigger, I would like to see some more stuff. But this is great. So hosted by our own Dork Lair and sponsored by Wolf King Customs, getting started with customizing. So this is going to be kind of a pop and swap session.
Yeah, I imagine similar to what they did last year, which I heard. I didn't get to go, but I've just rave reviews. People just love that.
Yeah, and I think Joe Vasapolo might be on hand there as well. So 2 great pop and swappers there helping you out. And again, like they said last year, it was like people had never done this before. They'd never
never
pulled them apart.
Pulled the figure.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then you're going to move on to a little bit more advanced with David Williams and Mythic Customs, basic painting tips and techniques on Sunday at 12:30. So this is Saturday at 11. So there's 2 sessions, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 2:15 to 3:15. Sunday 12:30 to 1:20, basic painting tips and techniques. And then Sunday at 1:30, so you can go right from that one right over to this one. As soon as you figured out how to paint, now you're on for the expert level. With Eric Miller and sponsored by Gray Harbor Provisions and Potables, advanced painting tips and techniques. So limited seating, first come, first serve basis. So you might be waiting in line for that one too. So just make sure you check the lines if you're going.
All these will be just amazing. Eric and Dennis will be incredible, but
which one are you gonna watch my table for?
We'll have to flip for those.
I can talk to Tom. Maybe Tom will watch it.
I saw this earlier when Mike put it up. I meant to say it. So the Tuesday before Legions Con, Legion's Lair is going to be celebrating their 50th.
That's right.
Their 50th episode, man. So congrats
to us. Of course,
Brad and
weekly,
Mike.
So.
Yeah, they've been cranking it out, man. So be sure to tune into that. That's going to be a great Mythic week. Because I mean, potentially we'll be on that Monday, right? And then
we will be on that Monday. We'll be on the 6th,
Tuesday, and then people start potentially traveling.
And I think Curtis and Jesse have usurped me in their snagging of Jeremy for Sunday, so he'll be on Sunday, and he'll be coming on the show Monday. Maybe just for a little bit, just to talk about the show a little bit. It's not going to be just. We're still going to try and get some people. I don't know. We might mix it up and do something a little bit different. Bring some of the people that we had last year, and just as kind of a final, pregame type of thing, because it's getting tougher and tougher to get people, who we haven't had on before, and we're gonna have some of those people that we didn't get on, after the show as well, to talk about how the experience was. So
right. Euro Legions, they've been having a bunch of people on. So Sunday night, Monday night us, Tuesday night.
I was gonna say
Wednesday night. Jeremy will have his show, and then Thursday we'll be here. So.
And I was going to say, check out Euro Legions, because they've been talking to a lot of the people that we haven't had on the show that are going to be there as well. So we've been doing a pretty good job. And we're talking to Curtis and Jesse, were actually talking about this last night, that we might try to coordinate everything next year and try and get everybody who's going to be there on. Going to be tricky, but we'll try.
Awesome.
All right. Our guest tonight will be vying to take your money at LegionsCon 2023. Custom parts creators Jesse Quintero and Aaron Sparrow of Big Head Studios. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having
us.
How's it going?
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Super excited to be here.
I'm super excited to have you.
Yeah.
All right. Customizer, sculptor, and podcaster. We'll have to actually ask him about that. Corey Schwarzenhofer of Mythic Heathens. What's up, Corey?
What's up,
Howdy,
Corey?
fellas? Thanks for having me.
Behind him already. Very professional, very nice.
That's the banner for the table.
There you go.
The artwork was provided by Mythos Corridor, so if you enjoy that, check out his page.
Excellent.
Doubles as a wall banner, so there you go when you're on when you're online. Next up, we got parts and diorama manufacturer, creator of the Clip Beard, and now the Face Peg, and fellow Corgi owner. Even though he's a Niners fan, he had me with the Corgis, he lost me with the Niners. Chris Ferrone of Mythic Bits. What's up, Chris?
Yo. Don't forget Customizer, too. I'm selling customs. Don't.
Didn't I say Customizer? I'm sorry.
No, I never.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yes, Customize. He does it all.
Tier 3 Customizer.
He does it all.
I do a little bit of everything.
He'll be doing face painting. He'll be doing caricatures.
Balloon animals. Awesome.
Balloon animals.
What's up, everybody?
Should do balloon animals. Somebody should be doing balloon animals. How great would that be to be like twist up balloons into like the shape of like
Alder
Dominus or something like that?
Balloon,
Holy crap! That'd be amazing.
Okay.
Put that down. Thoughts for next year. Our final guest, fantasy author. Well, he's an actual author, but he writes fantasy novels. His series of books is called The Drowned Realm. Khalid Uddin, what's up? Khalid Uddin, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Another 49er guy. Like, and he's got to wear the hat too. Like, he's really got to rub it in, man. At least
That's
Chris
the
had
only way they do well. So it's.
Oh, you got to wear the hat. Is that it? Is like
they
I used
just
to have
scored.
to. I know. I used to have like back when the Cowboys were good. They're pretty good now though. But it was
They are,
man.
yeah.
We've had like a 35-year-old dry spell. But back when they were winning, I used to have this Emmitt Smith figure, one of the starting lineup figures, on top of the TV, and I would have to like touch him like 3 times before the game.
Yeah, I know about those rituals.
God, it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, it's stupid.
No
It's
superstition.
like I had to take some kind of
Is there?
credit for the
Yeah.
the win, because I mean I felt like
They
I
all
was
work. They all work.
cheaping. How's everybody? How are we? All right, let me ask the first question. Are we all ready for Legions Con?
100%.
19 days, guys.
Let's
are we
go.
all ready?
Yeah.
Not even remote.
Not even close.
I heard everything from 100% to a not even close. So
Yeah.
I'm packed.
You who's packed? Chris?
I'm packed.
Wow.
All 62 customs are 58 of 62 customs are packed in the suitcase. I'm going out a week early. I'm from upstate New York originally, so I'm gonna go see my mom and my
where are you
family.
from
So I'm from Schenectady.
Oh, I'm from Utica originally. Yeah.
Oh wow,
up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I moved to California when I was in my mid 20s, but
Good move.
so Legions Con's great because I have an excuse to go home every year. My brother just had kids 3 years in a row, so I get to go see my nieces and nephews.
Nice.
And so, which is awesome, but it gives me, you said it's 12 days, or I have
19
7
days.
less days than everybody else.
Wow.
So I have 12.
Yeah. So you got to be packed, man. You're ready to go
I'm packed.
next week.
I'm ready. I don't know if Shane's done with what he's doing, but I know I'm packed.
So explain. So your Mythic Bits. What's your role? What's Shane's role? How do you break this down, and what do you guys do? Let me bring up your Instagram here, and we'll start with you guys.
So Shane does everything. I do very little.
All right.
That's
Well,
how the
there you go.
system
That's
works.
the way to run a business. Right? Yeah.
Realistically, right? So my job is I make up the ideas of what we're going to do. We hire out some sculpting. He does some in-house sculpting.
Okay.
But he does almost all the work. Any prints you get, that's from him.
Gotcha.
He does the majority of it, right? He ships it. He has I have a couple printers for prototyping at the house, so I can make sure stuff fits and it looks good. But really, he does the bulk of it, right? So when you come to our table and you see the giant dwarf tower, and you
talk about this. This is nuts, man. How big is this?
So let's see. This is in my hands is the prototype, not the full one.
Let's bring you up.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we call this Garrison Graybeard Garrison, or Garrison Graybeard.
Nice.
We've been working on it for probably 8 months with the help of Anthony Housel, and Tiago, and everybody else. The one you see in the picture
is that
is
just
the final.
required that Anthony has to be involved because it involves
Has
dwarf?
to.
Is that what happened? Is it
just how it works.
right.
So that what you see in the pictures,
He's
the
like the
final,
dwarf mafia, for God's sake. It's like
He is. He's the king. He's the king father under the mountain.
it's like what are you working on? You working on some dwarf parts? Yeah. It's a shame if anything happened to that castle.
So don't listen. That's a whole different subject. But he actually got the first 2 off the production line. He's been showing them off at local shows, and he painted them up and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a stupid limited amount, under 10, for sale at the table. We have a con price for them. Because they're a first run, and I feel like there might be tweaks later, make a 1.3 version. We're gonna do them at $100 a tower.
Wow.
Right? Which, if you know 3D prints,
That's
that
a good
is aggressive.
I'm probably gonna have to run over for one of those then. Where are you?
And they are resin. So no FDM stuff with the lines and everything.
So no lines.
They are super delicate. Treat them like a vase. But when you're painting them, don't go crazy. I just got to tell people that the doors do work. They swing in and out. And we did a showpiece last year. We did a dwarf mining entrance, a dwarf cavern entrance last year. So we wanted to do another showpiece this year, and we decided, well, what if we made a couple more? And that's kind of how that worked. Post Legions Con, the price will not be $100. It will be a significant upgrade from $100. But
Well,
That's
you're
the main thing we're bringing.
in an enviable position here next to Giovanni because this is going to be a
I'm telling you,
role right here to be in, right?
it's what we did last year. So Giovanni and I split the customs tape. So the Mythic Bit stuff will be on one table, all the prints, and then my customs and Giovanni's like last year will be kind of next to each other on the tables.
Oh, that's right. You guys were next to each other last year. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like a one big
far
family.
away. It was very weird, man. Like Giovanni felt like he was right there because he was right behind me, but then I had to walk around and I didn't even see that dio that I bought from you until like halfway through the show, man.
I mean, I wouldn't listen. I have to sit next to I got to put my customs next to his. You know how nerve wracking that is.
Well, yeah, that is intimidating. That's for sure.
It's very intimidating.
Great.
So the other half of what we're bringing, I'm bringing. These are some of the customs I'm bringing. It's like I think around 60 is where I'll land.
Wow.
So what I do with my customs is I paint a variety of different complexities. So if someone only has $70 in their pocket, there should be something on the table they can afford.
Nice.
And if someone wants to go all the way up to 150, which is I think outside of a couple, 150 is pretty much where I cap out. There'll be something they can afford. I did it last year. The feedback was great. Actually, this is one I just finished. This is sitting on the table in front of me.
It's great.
Sweet.
There you go.
I love what you did with the new Red Death figure.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that figure's so much fun to paint.
Yeah, look at those.
So much fun to paint. So, except for Curtis in the chat for saying pea-colored robes because you brought up the Red Death figure. So, and we'll have the clip now. Thanks to reinforcements.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks to reinforcements. The clip beards and the peg beards will be back. We weren't going to bring that many because we kind of feel like it ran its course, right? Like it was the pet rock and it was kind of over. And then they dropped the Cavern Dwarf too, and I was like, Shane, I need you to spin up the time machine. And
about these. Will these be here?
So that's an interesting story. There will be a set of 3 that will be our demo. The connection point it's still work in progress, but we'll have some to show off. And if someone wants to take those home, sure. These are what they kind of look like all done up.
I'm volunteering.
I haven't had a first name, sorry.
So
their last
I have a set of painted ones at my house. We're still working on a more connection point that is better for modularity. If someone glues them, they're amazing, right? I have some in my house in front of me right now that are glued and done, right? They look great, but I was going for modularity. So we'll have a set. We'll paint it. I think we'll probably do it white. P on your parade. Thanks, Curtis. Yeah. We'll probably do it in white, like a Star Warsy looking white look to it, and paint some buttons and stuff if I get time right before. And then we'll do what we did last year. We'll put it up, and whoever wants to, pay us on Sunday and take it home, they can take it home and enjoy.
Cool. I'm going to jump over to Mythic Heathens here and Corey and take us through. Let me switch this.
I gotta say, right off the bat, this is from Corey.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Love this piece so much, man.
And your shot was fantastic. Let me pick the shot up because
this is that's what got Corey and I chatting. So yeah.
You are. What are you? Corona 4? Is that what you are?
That's it. Yeah.
It's hard to remember sometimes. Okay, let's bring this up. There we go. Why are you embiggened? There we go. Boom. Yeah, and there it is. Nice. In practice.
Excellent shot.
Right, and that's so cool.
Thank you.
Great looking sculpt, man. This is really
cool.
Yeah.
So
it's my Orobus 22 sculpted that. He's a great sculptor. He's the one that does the majority of my sculpting.
Okay. So you're printing and sculpting and doing customs and what else? How do you?
I don't necessarily sculpt. Like I paid Orobus to sculpt that for me, so that's something that I could sell on my website.
But this is your concept, right? Your concept and your directing.
Yes, yep. Okay. I give him the idea, and he makes pretty much what I asked for to a T.
Do you like describe it, or do you do sketches, or how do you get your concept across to him?
ironically, I do a lot of AI generated stuff, which people frown upon, but I think it's pretty neat. But I do see how it would be a problem for artists that do conceptual art.
I
But
mean, if you're
artificial intelligence.
conceptualizing your own thing, I don't have a problem. You know, like that doesn't bother. Like you wouldn't be hiring an artist to do this and then give it to a 3D artist. You'd probably be doing a loose sketch or describing it and letting them kind of use their imagination. I mean,
Right. Like I do let them have free reign on certain things. Like right now,
Yeah.
I'm having Jason Demon sculpt a female. It's a female dwarf set, so it's going to be a female chest plate, and a female dwarf helmet or helmeted head. And I
Nice.
gave him total creative freedom for that. So he's going to create that how he wants.
and then
This is
and
one of
you are selling customs, right? As well.
yes,
right?
this is one that I'm going to have at the table.
This is
And I actually painted because I bought a second head pack, and I painted a bog goblin head for this. So I'll show that
Okay.
here in a little bit.
I get. You know
Great. I
what?
love that color.
I almost get cosmic vibes because of the color. I think. Like,
Yeah.
just like how
I had-
summer and stuff.
I had Poxus on mine, so I made this as like a famine type character. So
Okay.
he's like
Okay. There you go.
Poxus is like #1 henchman that will go do whatever he wants. Is what
Sure.
I had in mind.
Yeah, these look great.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Nice weathering, man. This is really nice.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
really good
Very,
work.
very cool.
That's kind of like my favorite finish right there. It's kind of like a used, been in the rain type.
Mm-hmm.
This is great back here.
That head was inspired by
Crazy
two.
helmet, man. I love the helmet.
Those two are Hayden on Colts 3D. He did those
Okay.
two heads. They're inspired by Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
But the one in the
Yeah.
center I had sculpted by Oribus, and it was inspired by Tube Man on Psycho Gorman.
Okay.
So if you've ever seen that
So
movie.
now, what are you going to actually have at the show? You'll have some customs. You'll have parts. Holy crap!
That's a set that Jason Demon made. That see, we have a shared table. So I'm the Mythic Heathens half, and then the other
Right.
half is highly posable. So my
Right.
friend Whale will have that set. He might be printing that set. I'm not sure.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Yeah, he's watching. So we're sharing a table. He'll have his half. He pays Jason Demon as well for some stuff. So he'll be bringing some stuff, and then I'll also have some stuff from Rogue Printing Machine. He's been doing a lot of mechanical stuff. Yeah, I had like a AI image of some kind of weird panda skull guy, and that's what I had him make for that.
Five Nights at
Great.
Freddy's shit right there. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
actually painted one right there on the unknown one there with the
Oh,
wings.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Cool. Yeah,
That's
that's very cosmic. I could see that on a cosmic figure too.
Yeah.
As a huge Darkwing Duck fan and a guy who wrote the comic book for a number of years, I have to say that one has a special appeal for me. I
That's
can't
right.
pick that one
That's
up.
cool, man. That's
There
really
you go.
cool.
Nice. Yeah.
So Corey, a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
these sculptors' names I don't recognize, like from the Cabal. Do they put a lot of work of their own out there, or like how did you find them?
This sculptor right here, I actually found from Lenny Kingpin.
Okay.
Lenny Kingpin
Yeah.
had him sculpt some stuff, so I found him through him.
Yeah,
Oribus I
that's
found on Patreon, so I started subscribing to him, and then
Okay.
obviously I found Jason Demon on the Cabal.
Okay, cool.
But then I've actually found some stuff on let's see, Cults 3D, and I've found some stuff on CG Trader. But I always message the artist to make sure it's okay that I resell the prints before
Sure.
I offer
Yeah,
anything for sale.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you'll have a bunch of unpainted heads, or is everything going to be painted? Or
No, I have a variety of both. I'll have hopefully two full racks, so about 120 painted heads.
Wow.
Maybe about 25 full customs,
Okay.
various parts. Like I make like full sets, so I have like a set for Krangar to make them a little bit taller than I'm planning on bringing. So you get this
Oh,
set.
wow.
Yeah, so you get the pauldrons and the leg pieces to make them a little
Oh,
bit
my
bigger.
God. That's cool.
Stuff like that. Yeah, and then like I'll offer things like this, little paint stands. So this is a paint stand, so you can paint your head, and then it doubles as like you can use it as a weapon, or you can use it as a prop. but it's
that's brilliant.
mainly for
That's pretty
printing.
clever. I like that.
That is really
And
very cool.
then I also like Mythic Bits. I make little pieces that plug into the helmets. Like
Okay. Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah, so like I make this skull piece
Everybody's
that plugs
doing
in
the plug and
here.
play. Very cool.
Yeah, so if people don't like that big beard, you can plug this skull in there, whatever.
Very
And then I made these just for my painted heads. So the painted heads that I'll be offering at my table, you'll get a free little stand, so you can basically.
I might need some of those stands actually.
Nice.
Okay, I'll print you a handful, so
Okay.
you can just basically display it like that. But I think this right here was the coolest the coolest little idea that I had.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's a paint stand and a prop.
Very fun.
But like
Very
here's
cool.
yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to show that bog goblin.
Oh yeah, nice. Very cool.
Is
Oh,
that
the
a
brain? That's great. That's really good. Awesome.
Yeah, that's all speed
Like,
paint from Army Painter.
Dennis Rodman of Bod Goblins or something?
And
It was actually a female. It's a female, so that's what I had in mind.
Are you over here? You're over here, right? You're in.
We're in the overflow, yes.
Yep,
89, 86.
There you go. Right here. 89.
Yes, 89.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, and you're in here with Cal. There's some cool, like, this is kind of stuff I want to, like, fantastic tanks and stuff. I want to talk to these guys too. But so that, since you're in with Cal, let's move over to Cal. So Cal,
Nice.
Sounds good.
You are an author, and let me share this for a second.
Cool.
Your book series is called The Drowned Realm.
That's right. Yep. Drowned Realm series.
And this is the latest book in the Drowned Realm series, right?
Harbinger's actually number one. The second.
Oh, that's
book,
the first one. Okay.
Yeah. Book 2 is The Ghost of Asher. That was published May of last year. So.
Okay. Oh, so here we go. This is the one I wanted up.
Yep.
here.
There we go.
So you got book 2.
Yeah.
So what is bringing you? I'm going to talk about these in a minute because, like, I was pretty impressed with some things around them. But, like, what is bringing you to Legions Con? Are you a collector of Legions?
I am a new collector. I did actually order my first couple of figures over the summer, so I guess I'm not getting them till next year. But it's funny. My first book got published back in like 2017, and I've been doing shows, events like here and there.
Yeah.
And the local high school always has like a winter fundraiser, so I figured it's local. One of the guys that picked up my book and got really into my series is a Legions Con fan, and he was the one that just approached me. I think it was this past spring or maybe even in the winter, saying, I go to this convention every year. I think your series, even though it's a little different than what goes on there, I think it could do really well, just because it's fantasy, it's in the same vein, and like I said, he's actually a really cool guy. His name's Everett. He came to my booth a couple times.
Everett? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, interestingly enough, I was at Comic-Con all 4 days, last week.
Yeah, I wish I'd known that. I didn't know that. I was at Comic-Con for 3 days too.
Nice.
I would have come down and seen it.
And
I wasn't on top of it.
But
obviously.
Everett actually was there too and came to stop by and touch base.
I didn't know he was there either.
Yeah, but it was just a suggestion on his part, and then
I love this. I love it. I love it that you're coming
man.
here, and I would like to see more things around this. I think
awesome.
As much as it's about Mythic Legions, I really think there's yes, we've got Cosmic now, but it started as kind of a fantasy line, and that's still fantasy, space science fiction fantasies, space fantasy, whatever. But I know a lot of people. There's people on the fringe that play D&D, and I've introduced D&D people too. They've shown, there's a whole D&D art group on Facebook, and it's mainly D&D players and looking for. And I post something up there, and they're like, "What are these figures?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have no idea. So I love, cross-populating like this, and it's awesome. So, I've been on a little bit of a resurgence of fantasy reading. I reread Lord of the Rings, and I'm reading Tigana. Have you heard of Tigana?
No, I'm not familiar.
Guy Gavriel K. It's good. It was recommended by somebody on YouTube. I was watching just somebody's recommendations for fantasy novels and stuff. But hey, man, look, this is like, I saw this. Like, okay, so you can go out and get the Red Harbinger, Rise of the Red Harbinger, paperback $15.95, hardcover $20. If you want to go through Amazon, I don't know if you love Amazon, if you hate Amazon as an author, I have no idea.
As an author, they're okay. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So, do you have a website that we can go to?
Just my name, www.khalidudin.org or .com. Sorry.
Khalid Uddin or
Khalid
Uddin?
Uddin, my full name. Yep.
Khalid
Uddin.com.
And Cal, I'm assuming you're going to have copies of your books there. You're going to be signing them, and right?
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
And I'll have some swag too. I made these cool like magnets that are just the map of my world, and those are like a really big hit as far as giveaways go. So
cool.
Maps, bookmarks, stuff like that. Definitely have some swag. But
so I got to ask, so with your books, without giving too much away in the plot and everything, so do you have like a main recurring character or characters? And the reason I'm asking, and which you probably know by now if you're starting to collect Mythic Legions, is how customizable they are. And have you ever thought of trying to create any of your characters?
Oh, that's a dream, man. That's something I would love to do.
Using existing parts or getting some of these amazing, 3D customizers to
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing too, is one of the things with like my series is it doesn't necessarily focus on one character. In book 3, you'll start off with like book 1, you'll start off with like 3 mains that you get introduced to the world through. But you'll also get the point of view of, I'd say, probably about 7 or 8 characters in book 1. Book 2, you'll get a couple more added on. But the cool thing is, like, there's no set like uniform or outfit. And book 2, like, without really spoiling anything, our main characters kind of become more militarized. So they will have like armor, and like a kind of like, I guess, a uniform in that sense, where they all have the same armor. So they kind of go from like street clothes, regular clothes, cloaks, and then to armor. So definitely lends itself to being customizable, different outfits, stuff like that.
Sweet.
So how long have you been working on this? Is this is a world building thing? I'm assuming like the Drowned Realm is. Like, that's a big undertaking, man. That's like huge, especially when you got to write about it. I mean, they're kind of starting backwards with the Mythic Legion stuff and writing.
And that's really cool.
Stories were, but like if you're going into a book, you got to have this worked out.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's what took book 1 so long. I mean, I'm 43. I started dreaming up this world when I was in college, and it probably took about 10 years just to figure out the backstory, the cultures, the world, everything. And and not that I was doing it full time, obviously like day job and all that stuff. But, I think, from the time like I really sat down and like started figuring out the world and putting everything together, it was probably like a whole 10-year process, like from just building the world to finishing the first book.
Wow, that's crazy.
Awesome.
What was your inroad to fantasy?
Robert Jordan, Wheel of Time.
Oh, Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
I figure I picked the longest one to start with, right? But,
are you watching the show or?
I did. I have a coworker who like is really into it, and we kind of decided you have to take it with a grain of salt because it's not the series, but once you get past that, it's palatable.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would, but you're never going to get the book in the show, and they're always going to mess with it to make it. I mean, they did it with Lord of the Rings to good effect, I think. But I've heard a lot of people who are. I have not read Wheel of Time. I have the paperback, and it sits there, and I look at it, and I go, I can't yet. I just can't.
No, it's definitely a big.
And then that's just book 1, like it's insane.
No, it's a time commitment, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a really good series. It's.
I've heard. So, I mean, speaking of good series, I'm just going to jump back to this. I mean, this is what I do with a book, honestly, on Amazon. And, I mean, look at these reviews, man.
Yeah.
Cult classic in the making. So much depth and dimension that it's much harder to choose a favorite, to feel invested in their lives. Awesome read, even for the not-so-avid reader. Curtis?
That's funny. I was going to say, I'm an avid reader, Cal, so count me in for a copy each.
Sounds
when we get there, man. I'll definitely be picking each of these up.
Khalid does it right. New name in fantasy. Khalid Uddin's storytelling has got me back into reading for enjoyment. One of the best fantasy books in a long time. That's great, man. That's amazing. These
Thanks,
are
sir.
amazing reviews. Like
Yeah.
that's
Fantastic.
really, really good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
congrats.
Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
That's
Thanks,
amazing.
guys. Yeah, and that's the cool thing. Like the angle I was going for with this series was it can cater to people who aren't like true fantasy readers. It's very character driven. You know,
Okay.
usually when I'm like pitching, you know, to people at like shows, like I tell them it's kind of Game of Thrones meets X-Men, where, you know, Game of Thrones, like big fantasy world, but not in your face. You know, you can still fall in love with it without like worrying about the magic. So that's kind of the feel I was going for.
Do you have how many are there like 470 characters like there are in Game of Thrones?
No,
Okay.
that's too much going on in my head to keep.
I love Game of Thrones, but my God, if that bibliography or whatever you call it about the characters wasn't in the back of every book, I'd be lost, man. I was like nuts.
I have that in the end in book 2, just like a little.
But it's probably like 2 pages, like 3 pages. It was half the book in Game of Thrones book.
Yeah, you need another book just for that character.
And Aaron, you're also an author, right? You're a writer of what, like you
just
said
indeed,
you wrote
comic books and animation. Yeah.
Nice, incredible. We got 2 authors here tonight. Amazing.
Look at these segues we've been doing tonight. How great is that?
Right? I mean, how great is that? How smooth is that?
Playing the shit out.
I'm like a semi-professional here. I just before we get over to your guys' stuff, and then I'm gonna dive into that as well. Again, I love this. I love that you're going to be here. I'm totally going to pick these books up because I really want to like dive into something new. And I mean, those are glowing reviews, man. You can't argue with that stuff. So check this out. Let's go over to the layout here. And again, you're in the breakout room, which not the breakout room, the side room, which is filled with great stuff, man. Like it's gonna be nuts, man.
Don't side room doesn't mean like you're like second best.
Yeah, do not forget this. I mean, the Cabal's over there. I mean, Walter won't be there because you can't tie him to a table, but there might be stickers and stuff that you can just pick up or whatever. But Khalid will be here. Highly Posable will be here. The Malignancy from the I'm trying to see everybody who's going to be. I don't know everybody on these from their logos, but yeah, it's going to be great, man. It's nuts, man. There's so much going on. I can't believe the size of this thing, that we're already into like a giant room that we were, bigger than the room we were in last year, and now we've got an overflow room of other stuff that's going to be.
I think 2 years ago it was about not much bigger than this side room.
Exactly. All right, so authorship brings us over to some degree, by way of authorship. Aaron and Jesse, Big Head Studio Customs. So what's the deal? How did a comic book writer, and Jesse, I don't know what you do. You don't have to tell us what you do necessarily, but like you're obviously into. Aaron, are you collecting? You're collecting a lot back there. I can see it all back there. Let me.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a toy obsession.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right now it's all a city, so it's like.
Did you back Giant Man?
I did.
You did, okay.
I did, and it made it.
It's in, man. It's in. It's up there. Yeah. Yep.
I'm glad to see that. I didn't.
And I wasn't like, there's some people that are like, oh man, we didn't hit the faceplate tiers, and I'm like, don't worry, like guys like us got it covered.
Yeah. I could do without the faceplate. I was telling the guys that when they were showing me the how it fit in there at New York Comic Con, and I'm like, people could totally just print a bunch of these things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie Rotten, just going back to Khalid, how many are planned for the series, Khalid?
4. Yeah, I just responded. There'll be 4. I got it all planned out. Currently working on the 3rd one. So
see, that's nice. And then there's an ending.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you could continue with a different story or something later on, but
right. Yep. I definitely have those in mind too.
Are you self-publishing, or are you going through a publisher?
It's like indie. So I have a small publisher. They're based out of North Carolina, but it's one of those things where all the legwork is pretty much up to me. So it's cool in the sense that I have a lot of freedom to just do what I want and have a say in the matter.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to pick up the book when I see you in Jersey. So
nice.
I'm psyched.
Awesome.
Yeah, like one of the things about this Tigana that the guy, it's just a self-contained story. It's like it's done. You know what I mean? It's not even like in a world that's necessarily going to continue. It's just
in a world.
It's a good story. In a world. I knew somebody was going to pick one.
I'll have to check those out too.
All right. Big Head Studios. All right. So, how do you Is it just love of toys, Jesse and Aaron? Like, how did you guys come together? Did you guys come together in the Cabal, or did you know each other previously, or what's the deal?
And we've known each other for like 23 years now, I think.
Oh, wow.
Aaron.
Oh my God.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah.
No, it's funny is that I used to be a reseller, or whatever you want to call them, and I had a little booth at this show out here in California called Frankenstein's.
Oh yeah.
And one day Aaron comes in and throws a bunch of change on the counter and says, "What can I get for this?" And I just started laughing. I thought it was hilarious.
No, he had a Rancor that I wanted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was like $30, I think, and I had $27 left on me, without using card. And I just went in, I crumpled the money up in my hand like a little kid. I said, "How much Rancor can I buy for this one?"
And that was it. We've been friends ever since. And like, yeah, I'm a huge collector. Obviously, I don't have a showroom set up, but
yeah,
I have probably my whole garage is full of crap.
It's not crap.
I got
crap.
Tons of toys. I mean, my problem is I collect Star Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, Mythic Legions, and Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And now Cosmic Legions too. So
yeah, now Cosmic Legions on top of that. So
I know you're man.
Yeah,
1/6 Legions, Black Series, Marvel Legends, Mezco, all here.
Yeah, I gotta keep to those four. But I'd say Mythic is probably going to the front of the line because I'm really starting to love that line.
Nice.
You're starting to love it. When did you start collecting it? When did you?
Well, from the get go, when I believe Aaron was a fan like from day one, and I kind of really didn't feel it. I was like, I don't. But now I'm all in. I've been a fan for like 2-3 years now, maybe 4.
Yep.
Maybe
What did it take? Yeah. Did it take picking one up and playing with it, or did it just like it was a gradual
once I actually had a few of my own, I'm like, what, this is a really good figure for customizing. I can make this into anything I want because it's so simple to pull apart.
Yep.
And I like mythical stuff, so it's shooting, right?
There you go.
Yeah, the fantasy genre, and I'm in the same boat as Jesse. I collect so much stuff, and basically like 6-inch scale stuff. Although I did collect all the 3 3/4 GI Joe stuff. I did collect all the 3 3/4 Star Wars stuff for the longest time. But now 6 inches. That's my scale, my preferred scale. So I'm all over the place with it. Like if it's a 6-inch figure, and I can kind of like incorporate it into my own headcanon of being able to cross over, I buy it. So
you're a crossover guy, so you could like fit anything on the shelf.
Yep, Masters of the Universe. G.I. Joe Classified.
I don't trust you people. You got some
what's weird though? It's like, okay, so like I don't army build, so and I army build on top of it. So imagine all these lines and then army building them out, and then having Mythic Legions, which is all about army building, and just all of the basically the reason that I got into customizing for other people, like painting things and like doing what Jesse and I do at Big Head Studios Customs, is I was like, what kind of revenue stream can I create to buy my toys with? Because I don't want it coming out of my regular money.
Yeah, right.
And so, and I was already customizing stuff. I was modding stuff by hand. When the first Legion stuff came out, I was modding some of the heads and things like that too. And then Jesse would cast them for me, make a mold and cast them, so that then I could use them more than once. And from there, it became, it's like, okay, well, I want, how do we branch out with this? And that's when 3D printing was really coming into its own, with being able to print without all the lines and and really get the intricate detail. And so we got into it pretty quickly. And Jesse does all the work, all the printing, all the shipping. That's all him. Basically, I just come up with the ideas of what we're going to do. What it is that I think that fans want from us. And we kind of try to do a mix because that's kind of like how my brain works. It's like, obviously Mythic Legions is my number one priority, but there's so many other lines that I collect and so many other like voids I think that need to be filled as far as these things go. So awesome. We've been fortunate to work with we work with Grayson Orlando on a lot of our sculpts. We're working with Jason Demon Factory. Not a lot of the guys that you guys are working with. Blue D. We're working with a lot of different people because we can't get enough of this stuff. And and now the next step is, since I work on comic books. Actually, if you guys have the Mythic Legion comic book in your collections. My
do?
name is in there. I was the editor on that.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's
so I
awesome,
put
man.
Oh,
together
that's
the creative
awesome.
team.
I had
Yeah,
no
then-
idea. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so if you have those, bring them to the show. I'm happy to sign them for you.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say, I've got everyone from the studio, so I'll have to bring it and have
That's
add you to
awesome.
the list.
Yeah, so
Great.
that was Jesse Blaze Snyder and I, and I keep trying to convince Eric to do more comic books because when we put that one together, it was a lot of chaos. It was the first time Jesse had put together a book.
Not this Jesse.
Jesse Snyder, different Jesse.
Yeah.
And it was the first time he'd put together a book, so it was really like a big learning process. But I've been an editor so long, and now I work with so many different people on so many different books that we can put together something pretty easily. And I would love to do more stories in Mythos.
That'd be awesome. We
We
got
could do a
some
little
amazing artists.
little photo comic book or something.
there you go.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
All right, we'll talk. The other thing I was thinking to you guys, like, since you are a writer, like, I don't know if this is part of what you're doing here. Is like, I know there was early on, and a couple of people have done this, but the one that comes to mind is God's Fire, Emil Wickman and Steve Bushati, coming up with a storyline for their own kind of line of figures. Like, there were knights, they had a backstory, et cetera, and then coming up with the sculpts and stuff to sell that. Could be kind of cool, man. If you've got the stories and you had put it out there, and I think people could be into that.
That would be
stuff.
very cool.
Yeah,
that's
a great
actually
idea.
that's actually the next step for us.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of different artists and things like that, and we're having artists do conceptual designs for us. It's like I'm giving them all these pieces and saying, hey, kind of put this together. Yeah, actually, that's some of the heads that I'm bringing to sell. So
That's nuts.
These are troll size, right?
Yeah, there he is right there.
Yes,
Yeah,
troll.
Wow.
size.
And I
So-
believe
That's
those
great.
were made by Jason, I believe.
Yeah, these are Jason's sculpts.
Yeah, Jason.
Okay.
We work with so many people now, I forget who's who.
Yeah, Jesse will send me
Mickey's
pictures to post
yo.
post up on the social media. So when you read our posts, if there's anything in there that you're like, that wasn't funny, I'm the guy that's responsible for it. Or if you do like it, I'm the guy that's responsible for it. Yeah, so we work with so many different people. Jesse will send me the photos once the prints come out, and I'll be like, who did this? I know if I think about it, I'll figure it out, but who is it?
And you guys are doing Marvel Legends. Are you going to bring any of this stuff with you, or is it
no,
just strictly to Legions? Okay.
Strictly Legions.
Yeah, strictly Legion stuff.
Yeah, we're not. They don't want us to sell any of that.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's
it's
true.
part of the rules, and
so,
we're happy to.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
completely understand. We're happy to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Understood.
But
Well,
if anybody places an order and they just want to transport it to them, we can certainly do that.
Outside of
You know, but we have hundreds of head sculpts of Legion stuff that we don't even have posted on Instagram. Tons of stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure,
It's
right?
just
Like, you can't post everything.
Like, yeah, we have so much stuff.
So what are you bringing? So what's gonna be the pack out? Like, are you talking about painted, unpainted?
We're trying to bring. Yeah, we're trying to bring like
Bring 'em,
200
bring
to
'em.
300 painted, and then
Holy crap.
and then like regular head prints unpainted. It's probably going to be around 200.
Wow.
So 100 painted, 200 unpainted. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to bring of every variation, at least one of every variation of like the trolls for people.
So Aaron, because a big reason we're obviously doing these shows are helping people plan out their trips and their budgets and all that. So what do we think? What are we talking for like a painted troll size head? What are you guys asking for something like that?
I mean, probably at the show, probably around $60.
You just
Fully-
personally want to
fully
know
painted.
that, Nate. You're not even trying to help people out. Nate's just doing his own budget
that
right now.
obvious?
Like $60 for
Yeah,
painted?
I tend to I know that there's some guys that like charge like a really high amount for their painted stuff, and I definitely understand it because there is a lot of work involved.
Yeah,
but
there is.
what I try to do is I try to bring the cost down to like a reasonable amount for my time, and because what I try to do is I try to do it while I'm doing something else. So a lot of times when I'm in a conference call or things like that, I'm just I'm listening, but I'm sitting there and I'm painting.
Yeah,
because
plus
my
You're
hands have
really
to be-
paying attention to those conference calls.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I have one of those ADHD brains where it's like my hands have to be doing something.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
if
no,
I
know
so
the
even
feeling,
while
yeah.
I'm sitting here in the chat, like I'm, or in the stream, I'm like either responding to the chat or posting in the chat, or I'm picking up an action figure off my desk and moving it around because I have to be doing something.
I
So.
know the feeling.
Like,
And then smaller painted heads will probably do like for around 40.
like this guy right here, I
Okay.
don't even know if we have him posted. Can you see him?
Oh wow.
That's
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
hold it
no,
still a
whoa,
little
there we go.
longer. Okay,
That's
still
not
hold
moving
on.
it.
Yeah.
hold,
Wait, what up?
hold.
Hold on. We got this one.
Oh,
This
that's
one's
real art.
cool. Ooh, I like that.
That
Oh,
one.
that's-
And of
okay.
course, we're gonna have a whole line of our dwarfs there. That where we at?
Nice.
Wow. Are you guys bringing anything
Even
that you're going
short
to
hair
consider
folks,
to be an exclusive to Legions Con? Like this is the only place and time you're going to
This
get
one,
it?
this one actually right here was a PowerCon exclusive we did in 2018, Aaron.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think it's time for us to start taking to the shows again. And then we got this one we did. Our little spiked.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
And then of course,
We
who
actually
doesn't
got
love,
two
who
variations.
doesn't love the?
Oh yeah, I like this
Whoa,
pirate.
this way, pirate.
Yeah.
And
It's
actually,
pirate
with this
right
one,
here,
we're gonna
right?
have like 4 different variations of that pirate.
Nice. Who doesn't want a pirate? Everybody wants pirates, so
Mhm.
there you go. You got skeleton
Mhm.
pirates.
Very cool.
And there's some great pieces now for a pirate outfit too. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
it's,
the Horsemen have done more cloth and
yeah.
got
Some
some
good
of the
stuff.
upper arms
It's
and things
leading
like
towards
There's
that. It's very cool.
a lot of really good
And
stuff.
here's our little goblin we're doing for the show.
Let's see.
Let's see. And actually, this one's going to be a whole kit.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were just
Oh,
showing that
I
guy.
love
Yep.
those
Yeah.
ears. That
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
that's great.
probably offer that the head only, and then it'll be kits, and then I believe Aaron, are you painting? Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
right
that's the work in progress right
Oh,
there.
there he is.
He's not he's
Nice.
all in detail and everything. But,
Nice.
That's great.
I'll have a few. We're not going to have that many full customs there. I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to compete with the other guys that are doing that. I like
Oh,
everybody to
compete
have
away.
kinda like their own little niche. But and also just time wise. And here's
Yeah,
the other,
no, I
here's
know,
the other
yeah,
big problem for
time-wise,
me. When I do a full custom, I kind of fall in love with it, and it's hard for me to part with it.
Right.
Yeah. Did the stream cut out? We have a problem?
Hope not.
No.
Let me know.
You've been good.
Let me know if you experienced that. I haven't had any problems. So
Super.
all right. So what do you guys? For those who's been to Legions Con?
I was just going to ask
All
that.
right,
I know Chris
Chris.
has.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody but
Okay, so
yeah,
everybody
wow,
but Cal.
Yeah, my first one.
So I'll start with Cal then. Like, what do you expect? I mean, what are you looking forward to? And I mean, I'm sure you're looking forward to meeting new people and stuff like that, but getting people to buy your book. But I mean, have you heard anything else about what it's like or anything like that?
Not much. I mean, I heard it's crazy and fun and a lot of drinking. I guess maybe
Are you looking forward to that?
that's always a plus.
Okay, there you go.
No, I think it's twofold. I'm definitely looking forward to just checking everything out and seeing what's cool to pick up. Also, making some connections and like you said, maybe just getting my own stuff. Make with the right connections into figures and stuff like that. But,
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be. I think it's a really good mashup or a connection for you.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Particular.
Cal, are you staying
are you-
at the venue?
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I live in Jersey, like
okay.
maybe about 45 minutes away. So, it's a pretty easy commute.
How'd you become a 49ers fan? In New
Yeah,
Jersey?
why aren't you wearing a Giants or Jets hat?
No.
I was a little kid in the 80s. My uncle was
I
a
know.
big Niners fan, and
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
way to rebel against my big brother, who wasn't.
That's how it
who was a
happens.
Giants fan. Yeah,
That's how it happens. That's why I'm a Cowboys fan in
Yeah.
upstate New York. Yeah, I was like,
Answered the question with Jets and Giants.
Well, you're from upstate New York too, Chris. Why are you not a
Yeah,
Giants fan?
The answer is the question is because you said Jets and Giants. That's the answer to the question.
Oh, I see. That's what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Yeah, there is that after party atmosphere, but it's so chill and you can go at your own pace. It's not nuts, and we do have we never had an Irish pub in the hotel before though, so we'll see how that goes.
What?
So Chris, what are you looking forward to this year? Most of all,
One, being more prepared. I'm way more calm than I was last year. Way more calm.
Yeah.
My wife is like, "Is it Legions Con coming up?" She's like, "I wouldn't know." I'm like, well, preparation's
good
good.
time.
2,
Yeah.
You know, the most fun I had last year was just getting to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Like when Giovanni and I first got together, we're like, we should get a table to put our customs on, and then we can talk to a bunch of people, and we have a place to sit.
Yeah.
Our original idea. We just wanted somewhere to sit if we needed to take a minute to
It's
sit.
worth the cost of the booth to have a seat.
It was. It totally was. And then it turned into some whole other thing, right? But I love being out in front of the table instead of behind it, just talking to people, explaining things.
Yeah, I didn't see you behind the table once. You were out in front walking and
I'm a sales manager by trade. So we don't sell from behind the counter, we sell on the sales floor. But just like talking to people, I really just like shooting the expletive about Mythic Legions. Like, I love fantasy, and that's the best time I had last year. Like, I came home so high off of just being able to talk to a bunch of people about the same thing all weekend.
Yeah, I actually slipped up the other day and mentioned that Legions Con is the highlight of my year in front of my wife.
Oh God!
And then as far as stuff I do with my friends,
no,
of course what we do with you, and I just
Nate,
kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper.
There was a Sonic commercial where the guy is sitting in the car with his wife, and he's talking about how this is like the best part of his, this is like the reason to get up in the morning is this breakfast sandwich, and his wife's like, "Oh, I'm so glad it's not your children."
Well,
or me,
that's
your
true.
beautiful wife.
Good breakfast sandwich is a good reason to get up.
And then he just immediately holds the sandwich up and goes, "Yeah, it's great when you find number one. Takes another bite."
Funny.
Kelly, are you going to have other people with you? Are you going to be able to walk around?
On Saturday, I will, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, because you definitely got to walk around, man.
Yeah,
and see
definitely
what's
looking
going
forward
on
to it.
Yep. Hey, 5 from Cloud. Thanks, Cloud. More and more excited for Legions Con each day. Super excited because I have something to show also. Oh, yes, and I've seen it.
Really?
And it is cool. It is cool.
Wait.
Make me feel more important. Yeah, that's gonna be
awesome.
Impressive, man. Can't wait for people to see that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Corey, what are you looking forward to? You were there last year. Did you have a table last year?
No.
Okay, I didn't know,
we actually talked about it at the end, and we actually got on the list, and Jeremy put us in the overflow. So
nice. Cool.
Man, just like everyone said, meeting everybody again, rubbing elbows, talking, sharing stories.
Cool.
Just chopping it up with everybody.
Yeah.
Corey,
are you staying at the venue?
What's that?
Are you staying at the hotel there?
Yes.
Or no?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And when are you coming in?
Thursday.
Okay.
Actually, I'm driving from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Pennsylvania to pick up another action figurist. So I'm gonna spend the night at his house because I'll get there around 11, and then we're driving from his house to New Jersey. It's about a 2-hour commute. So Thursday or Friday morning we'll be headed to New Jersey. So
that's the way to do it because we're going straight from Michigan to one day. It's a long drive.
Yeah, it's like 11-hour drive, but I can do it, man. I've done it plenty. But I was actually debating getting a Tesla, but so I could set it and just go to sleep.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was just kidding. I'm kidding.
Cool. And Jesse and Aaron, what are you guys looking forward to this year?
Everything.
Are you gonna have a lot? You had a table last year, right?
This is our third year, but the first year our flight got canceled, so we didn't make it. But it's the third year I've paid for a table. So
okay,
all right.
You weren't in the cafeteria that year, or the bingo hall that year. That's the one you missed, I guess.
I have no idea.
You weren't there, so how would you know?
We weren't there. Yeah,
it was such a bummer. We were so bummed out because it was like the airline was just complete garbage. They were like, "Well, we can get you out there on Sunday, Sunday afternoon." And it was like,
"What's the point?"
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we insured.
I was like, "Forget it. Get our money back."
Yeah.
What table are you guys? Where are they on the floor?
We're 80. We're out in Mordor, the back, down in the back wall, number 80.
Oh, okay.
You're 80. Okay, so you're in the main room, but you're
in the corner, okay, yes. Which is actually pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, like the thing is, like there really is.
There's no
honestly not a bad spot in the whole place.
I just got to know which table I got to walk up to and put my crumpled up $27 on.
Do that, and you can do it. Do it.
You should have kept that, man. That would have been great.
Anybody that comes up the table and does that, I will.
If you make us laugh, we're way more.
Yeah, you make me laugh. The deal.
So
I'll
cut a deal. All right.
Crumpled money. Welcome.
Then you didn't hear that.
Is
make me laugh.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love like one thing I really had fun doing last year, and I'm definitely going to do this year is I'm going to bring my paints with me. Nice. I'll actually take a limited number of commissions at the table each day. So if you come over and there's like a head that we don't have on display, and you're like, I really want that head, but I really want it painted. I'll sit there and paint it for you at the show.
Oh, that's super cool.
That's
cool, man. I like that.
Yeah, I plan on setting up my stuff too. I'm gonna paint while I'm sitting there. Stuff.
That's cool, Corey. I know Paul's Customs, I think, did that last year. Like the whole time he's painting away. Like
toys. I think Colin Cope was doing it too. Toy Culprits. I think he was painting at his booth too.
Okay. Yeah, he was across from us. Yeah, he had like heads between his fingers that's doing fine.
He's keeping busy for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, I don't know how he's doing that.
Corey, what is that thumbs up? What's going on? These icons are popping up when he puts the thumbs up. Is that happening? What is that?
Yeah, the balloons messed me all up. I said yes to Legends Con, and a balloon just showed up on my screen. That
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it happened. I was on the delay. I'm watching on the YouTube delay feed, and it happened on there.
Is that a new thing?
So I'm not crazy. Does it track gestures?
I don't know.
Did Nate do that to me?
Probably. It's tracking everything. Your whole life is going to be tracked after you've been on the show.
FBI is going to show up at my door.
Oh God,
Corey,
I wish.
Corey, based on your hat, Sons of the Red Star, how psyched are you for?
That's right. Yeah,
the reveals. I'm pretty stoked. I'm hoping it's the Scapular 2.0 because I don't have the first one.
Okay. Yeah. Right. That's a good speculation. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But just anything like a whole new couple characters. Anything Sons of the Red Star is good with me.
Right on.
All right. So, all right. People who want to throw out, you want to throw out some predictions? Jesse, Aaron, got any predictions for the wave?
I don't. I don't really speculate because they always surprise me.
I like that too. Well, I mean, I already know what they are, but I like to speculate before I get them in hand. You know what I mean? I can't talk to anybody about it, so I just do it by myself.
I think we're definitely due for a Scapular 2.0, which is fantastic because that was like the first character that I really gravitated to when they launched the first series, and that's why part of the reason that the comic book is about Scapular, is because we brought in Greg Weisman to do the script, and Greg, of course, the creator of Gargoyles for Disney, worked on the first season of Star Wars Rebels, did Spectacular Spider-Man, Young Justice, which I actually wrote an episode for him in season 4.
Cool.
So we wanted to bring in like a major talent, and when we were sitting at dinner with the Horsemen and talking about what we wanted to do, Greg said, I really want to do a skeleton love story. And like Eric Turdway's eyes kind of lit up and he was like, really? What would that look like? And Greg just started kind of pitching it. And they were like, well, that would work with Scapular. And so that's how the whole story came together.
Still one of the creepiest panels in comic book.
Is Artemis having a kiss.
And I don't know if Mike Casper's with us still, but
he is. Or he was.
He's written a great piece of fan fiction called Red Star Rising about Scapular. So you can find that on the Cabal, and I think he's going to try and we're kind of working on something to re-release that a little bit right before Legions Con too.
Nice.
But,
we need to talk to the Horsemen about doing some comic books, man. Tell us.
There are some
amazing artists.
I hate to call them frustrated authors, but there's a lot of people who like to write either the fanfic or like stories around pictures and stuff like that. Me. There's a lot of amazing people, man. You're gonna meet some incredible people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I'm sure I know Jeremy's working on some story stuff with them. Much like any of that, I would have no problem just creating characters all day for them to use as part of their IP. You run into a lot of people that are like really precious about like ideas they come up with for characters and things like that, and I definitely understand that because there's a lot of people who like maybe do something for Disney, and then the next thing you know, that character is in a movie, and they get a $500 check and a thank you, and the movie is $1 billion. So I definitely understand that. But when you're creating characters specifically for a world, like for example, when I did created some villains for Darkwing and things like that, some new characters, and people were like, "Well, what if they make a pin or something like that in the park? Do you get paid?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Well, why didn't you keep that for yourself?" And I was like, "Because I created that specifically for that world. And I'm not going to create a style world for myself, much like I'm probably not going to create a fantasy story necessarily that's like Mythic Legions." So, the idea is that if you have a lot of good ideas, or you have a lot of ideas in general, you don't have to be quite so precious about them. So it's always better. It's neat to be able to contribute to something that you love.
Absolutely.
I'll raise my hand. Raise my hand. I don't want to interrupt.
Go ahead, Greg.
Predictions. I think we're going to get faction shields for the Sons of the Red Star and for Noble Bear, because we've already got the other two, so that's just a no-brainer. And then I was just thinking, Gracia 2.0. Should we start hashtagging Gracia 2.0? Because we haven't had a Gracia release in however long.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a Red Star. That's a Red Star character too, right? The Gracia.
Yeah.
What do we think Grisha looks like under there?
I was hoping for like an unmasked, like they say Slither, so like a reptile type snake head, something like that.
We need some.
That helmet. That helmet hasn't been reused for anything else either. So
I don't think Lizard's going to fit in that helmet, though.
I mean, maybe if you went like kind of like a flat-faced lizard, not necessarily the the long face, but like a flat-faced humanoid lizard guy,
like an upwards alligator head. He just like walks.
He's just looking up all the time.
Got kind of a periscope thing going on with the eyes. I was just thought of that as well. At first, I guess I was thinking of it as a female, but then
that's what I always assumed.
I kind of thought more of like that evil, like Ming type of character underneath there, but
you think
I don't know.
Undead?
I wasn't thinking undead, but it could be undead.
What
I kind of like
just
mystery.
The mystery is kind of fun
Because that's what happened, with Boba Fett. Like Boba Fett was cool. And then he took the helmet off, and then it's like,
less is more.
Let's leave the helmet on. Just leave.
Speaking of which, I have that Boba Fett that you showed off at the beginning, and I was delighted to find out I was delighted to find out it's expensive now because
very expensive.
May want to move that and buy some Legions instead.
There you go. That is a good one to move right now before Legion's gone. Yeah, for sure.
Sell it for reinforcement money.
That's right.
Sure. I'm with Cloud on this prediction.
Yeah, listen.
They were talking about barbarians the other day on Just Shelve It, and I said maybe barbarian babies.
Well, that's kind of why I had Jason. I have Jason making that chest plate. He's making the chest plate for like a bigger woman, for like a Varga type mythic character.
Yeah.
So you can make potentially a barbarian woman, not dwarf.
There you
so
go.
That was just the idea with that.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we're gonna have like Atlas Junior, right? I mean, it's gonna you gotta start bringing up the next generation, right? So.
I mean, they already got the arms right with Vorga's arms. Vorga's arms are perfect for that.
Yeah.
So, Cal, are you gonna get in line at the Horsemen? Are you gonna try and pick up some older stuff or some stuff? And or are you gonna go out for customs? You don't even know. You haven't seen the custom.
No, I figure I'll just start with like original, maybe.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so blown away by the artistic, like the creativity, and it's unbelievable.
This is too cool for kids.
Yeah, I mean, even just like following them on Instagram and just checking out like all the the releases, the re-releases, and everything. I mean, it was just hard to even decide, which figures to get and which ones to save for later or save for next time, stuff like that. So
you have some character sketches.
Say that again.
You're gonna have a good spread, and these are the best prices you're gonna find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have character sketches at some point, or if like people start reading this? I mean, I can almost guarantee like you could definitely see one of your characters or something in Legions Con 2024 made up of Legions parts, man.
Definitely.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, my dream job in high school was comic book artist. So
yeah, mine too. I was pretty good. I was just really slow.
Yeah, same.
Like there was no way I was making money. I wasn't making deadline, and I wasn't going to get paid. So it was going to happen. Pablo says we'll finally see a full giant in the Noble Bear faction. Full giant, like
Yeah,
giant
that'd
man.
be huge. We got half giants.
Giant.
Look how big a full would be.
So, did anybody attend RetroCon by chance?
I did not.
Okay,
No,
so
I
they
wanted to
had
go.
they had a thing. Well, they had a thing on the Legion's table where they had the older figures and a bin, and you only got to pick two. You only got to pick two out of the selection, and I'm hoping they do that at the Legion's Con to allow people to get more of the older figures, because people were just snatching up the older ones.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
They
yeah.
were
when you
really.
go through the line, you're only allowed to get one of each. I think, right?
Is that what it is?
I think the
Yeah.
Horsemen table.
At the
Um,
beginning, yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of each
You
figure.
can
I
circle
think.
back around, get right back in line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's what
At
they
least to start, I think. I think at some
To
point they open
start.
it up.
Yeah, they try and make it fair for everybody to get a fair shot at
Yeah.
Right.
at what's on. the
And then
table.
and they replenish stuff throughout the day, and you never know what they're going to bring. So it's
Yeah,
I
I've
just thought
seen
of a
some
great
pretty nice
idea.
stuff.
I'm gonna bring a bin, with, like all the extra parts that I have, right? And just put them in like a drum, and just like rotate the drum, and for like $1 or 50 cents or something, you can reach in and you can grab like
Dude, yes,
something.
I'd be in line.
2 parts
I'd be
for
in
$1
line for
or
that.
something.
I'd be in line.
Grabs. You don't know what the hell. Well, I mean, you're gonna be able to feel what the hell they are. That's kind of stupid. Never mind. All right, idea. Forget it. Never mind.
Well, you just have somebody not, you have some neutral reach in.
There you go. Like I'll reach in for you and grab a
There you
couple of
go.
parts, or the first
Yes.
2 that drop out of the whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
There's an
bingo numbers.
or it's like a crane. Like you have to try and cast. You're gonna get the body, but it's too heavy. You can only get an arm. Yeah.
You put them all in those little bubbles and just get one of those machines, or they
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah,
that'd
that's
be
awesome.
great.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, I bet you get one of those pretty cheap too, right? Like one
Yeah,
of
I
these
think
days.
so. Yeah.
That's funny.
Put a quarter in, turn the thing, crank it. Ah, damn it!
Oh
I got
my
another
God.
foot.
Yeah, Greg confirms here at the beginning.
Gumball
It's
machine.
the older figures, it's one each.
Yes.
Just reading
exactly,
that.
yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. Well, guys, this has been great. We kept it to an hour and a half, which is awesome, and we got a lot in. We got a lot in. We got everybody's stuff in. We know what we're bringing. Again, I'm going to jump over to the Legions Con map here. Am I? I was. Just screwed it up. Where the hell did it go? There we go. All right, let me present this again, and we'll take a look at where everybody is one more time. All right, we got who we got here. We got Mythic Bits over here, right at table number 48 or table number 48. Who else do we have in the main room here? We got Big Head Studios down here at 80, and then in the overflow room down at 91, we got Khalid, and then we got where are you guys? Highly Posable at 89. So this is Mythic Heathens and Highly Posable at 89 right here.
Correct.
So if you're looking for those, go there. There's got to be some great stuff in this room, man. You can't.
Yeah.
You got to come to this room. I mean, you got to
Definitely check it out. Definitely stop down
for
there.
sure.
Really worth
Man,
it.
there's gonna be some great stuff down there. I think it's a good idea they put the Cabal down there too, because I know he'll have a lot of stuff down there too
Nice.
to draw people in. But guys, thank you very much. This was awesome. I'm glad you guys could all make it. I know some of it was a little last minute. Cal, I'm sorry about that, but
Oh man, I jumped at the
I got down
opportunity.
there.
It was fun.
All right, so yeah, that's it. So look for these guys at the show. We got 19 days, 18 days till we know who's in the Sons of the Red Star and Noble Bear factions. And any of you guys going to intern for a day? Anybody make it?
I wish I didn't make it.
So
Next
you'll
year.
all be at the hotel. I know it's happening at the hotel. I don't know if they're doing like an overflow room there, like with the stream, but I mean somebody's going to be there with a computer and everybody's.
Yeah,
gonna be
I'm
gathered
sure they
around
will.
watching it. So yeah, something like that. So. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for the super chats. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Anybody else got anything to plug? Anything you want to plug? Shows that you're going to be on or anything like
Where we
that?
can find everybody? What's your socials and all that? I'm sure they're.
Yeah, let's go through the socials one more time. We got
Right here, Mythic Heathens Steam Powered Mom on Instagram, and we have a podcast or video stream every Friday night at 10:45 on YouTube.
And what's that called, Corey? What's your YouTube one?
The
Highly
highly posable
Okay,
YouTube.
watch that.
Yep.
So
Cool.
those Mythic Heathens. Then we got Mythic Bits here. Just Mythic Bits, one word, over on Instagram. Any place else?
No, that's it for that. That's it for us. Just Mythic Bits on Instagram until the web store launches in
Gotcha.
December. Fingers crossed.
Oh, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Big Head Studios Customs. You guys got some stuff on eBay.
Yeah,
I
we
may
have a
bought
site.
some stuff from you on eBay, actually.
Probably, I've seen a lot of guys write stuff.
Yeah.
We have a site. Probably, hopefully, launch it soon. Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
gotta do some work on that. Yes, you can find us there, obviously on Instagram. You can find me under Aaron Sparrow on Instagram. If you like comic books, I'm on a couple comic book channels every week right here on YouTube. Thinking Critical. I'm on Thinking Critical, Maxfield, Von Priestley, and Pop by Culture. I do each of those shows every week, so you can check me out there. And I'm on Twitter, so just
Or whatever it's called.
Twitter.
Twitter. I'm never gonna not call it Twitter.
It's like Twitter. Look, it's Twitter. To me, all right? I'm not calling it Big Lots. I'm not calling it Twitter.
No, I mean, and Cal is under Khalid.Uddin.author on Instagram. And if you want to pick up his book, and I highly recommend, well, I'm not going to highly recommend it because I haven't read it yet, but man, I mean, if you want recommendations, like, come on, it's 5-star reviews all the way through here. You don't get that on Amazon, man. It's nuts.
Cal, what kind of inventory are you going to have at the show? Are you going to have quite a few books there? Or?
Yeah, I actually just ordered more author copies, so I'll be good to go, fully stocked and
awesome.
Ready.
Cool. Yeah, and obviously, if you can't make it, then definitely pick it up off the site or Amazon or wherever, right?
Yeah.
The first book is Rise of the Red Harbinger, and then the new book is this one, which I've lost already. Is I'm not showing your tab. There it is. Boom, the Ghosts of Asher.
I'm so excited to dive into these, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
On KhalidUddin.com, you can go get it there. Give a little more love to the author than just Jeff Bezos.
That's why I'm buying at the show, man. I'm gonna put all that money.
Buy if you're coming to the show, buy it at the show, for God's sake.
That's what I'm waiting to buy in person. I want them signed, baby.
Exactly. There we go.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Assignment and all that good stuff. Yeah,
for
get some
sure.
swag too. So, yeah.
Cool. Good call. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody coming. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Again, after the show's over, in the chat or in the comments, let us know what you're looking forward to at the show, and whether you're going or not, whether you're going to be an intern or not. I don't know. I don't have a good question. Just leave us a comment. I appreciate it. All right. Good night, everybody. See you in 2 weeks for the final show before Legions Con.
Mythic Week.
See you later.
See y'all.
See you guys there.